Hello and welcome to Paydirt TV. I'm Dominic Piper. Today we're joined by Andrew Grove, Managing Director of Chester Resources. Andrew, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the invite.
Andrew, it's been a busy June quarter for the company on your Neighbours project in Senegal. You've had some cracking drill results in this last 3 months. You must be very happy with the progress there.
Yeah, we are. We've had a very busy quarter. In fact, we've basically completed 2 drill programs. We finalised our 20,000 metre drill program that was sort of designed to scope out the near surface scale of the mineralisation that we'd identified in Area D and Area A, and also look at some of the exploration on the greater Neighbours tenement. And following on that, we initiated a resource definition drilling program. We released some results during the quarter, but we've essentially finished drilling, but there's a lot of drill results to come, so we'll see a lot of news flow over the next 3 months over that.
Yeah, you say it's a two-pronged approach on the project. What is the wider opportunity there? How quickly can you define that resource, and then how quickly and how many other opportunities you have in the immediate area?
Yeah, look, the resource is essentially dependent on when the assays come back. So there's a bit of backlog at the assay lab at the moment, so we expect over this quarter we'll just get a flow of news information on just assay results. And thereafter, fourth quarter this year, we'll be able to do our maiden resource estimate, which I think will underpin the value of Chester and demonstrate the quality of that near-surface high-grade mineralisation. You know, with results through the quarter, you look at Area D particularly, the oxide, very high-grade, very shallow, thick. You know, the eastern side is very well mineralised. It's 20 to 30 metres thick at 3 to 5 grams per tonne within 10 metres of surface. And below that, there's variably mineralised sedimentary breccia units, and then over Area A it's more structurally controlled. Again, those sedimentary breccia units are preferentially mineralised, but there's some higher grade feeder structures that have been defined and hopefully get defined further with some more drilling. On the broader Neighbours tenement, you know, we only did 3 drill holes across some geochemical anomalies during the quarter, and really there's not a lot of drilling outside there, but there's a lot of geochemical anomalies. We've identified at least 10 high priority targets. Through the quarter we did 1 line across a virgin geochem anomaly. We've got Area H, got ore grade intercepts. It's along a very major structure that sort of cuts Area A and D, called which we're terming the Northern Arc structure. And it's a 1.2 km southwest of Area D. So that whole structure is, it's got a lot of mineralisation flowing through it. And that whole region's got a lot of mineralisation flowing through it. So there's a lot more work to do, and I think there's a lot of prospects to find additional sources.
It certainly sounds that way, and looking at the results, it points to that. And the region itself is quite busy anyway, isn't it? You've got some very high-profile neighbours. Of course, amongst the ASX companies, we know of Resolute Mining being in Senegal, and then on the other side of the border in Mali as well. But this is looking already like elephant country, isn't it, with the amount of high-quality interest there? Well,
there is a lot of interest. There's this, especially where Neighbours is. Neighbours sits on a sort of a 60-kilometre strip of Senegal Mali shear zone rocks on the Senegal side. Within 20-30 k's of the mine of the project, there's Gonkodo, Lulu, Fekola, and 50 k's to the south on the Senegal side, Iron Gold's Boto project, which they've commenced their development on. Immediately adjacent to us on the east is Barrick, and they're very active on the exploration. They're getting a lot of encouragement from their exploration activities on that across the border at Lulu, Gonkodo, but on their tenement, their Bambaji JV, which is adjacent to us, there's a massive geochem anomaly system. They've identified some pretty significant mineralisation right against our tenement boundary at KB West. Last quarter there's sort of 53 metres at 2.1 and 26 metres at 2.6 grams per tonne, so similar results that we've been achieving at Area A and in the sulphides. So they're very encouraged about the exploration, and they're very active, and we communicate, so we both benefit on our evolving geological understanding.
Senegal is, it seems like it's a prolific gold region, although compared to some of its neighbours it probably hasn't had as high a profile as the likes of Mali and Ghana and even Burkina Faso. What's it like to operate in Senegal? Is it a challenging environment?
No, look, I think Senegal, I've worked a lot around West Africa for a long time. Senegal's one of the better investment jurisdictions. It's the most stable democracy of the region. As you said, they've developed and built two gold mines recently, both of which have been externally debt funded and repaid, both of which have actually been taken over in the market. So Resolute took over Mako from Toro Gold, and Endeavour recently took over the Massawa Sabodala complex from Teranga, which originally was an Australian company, MDL, who developed that project. So it's quite a stable democracy. Woodside are even spending $4.5 billion on their offshore oil development. In terms of prospectivity, it's got some very nice gold belts, but it doesn't cover a lot of the country. If you go to Mali, there's most of Mali's prospective for gold. We've got the Senegal Mali shear zone window that we're in with Diamba Sud, and then you've got this Mako shear zone sequence that comes up, and we've got a Diamba Nords up there, and we've got a couple of exploration applications on that sequence of rocks as well.
Is there much opportunity to expand your footprint in the country? I mean, there's a lot of trading going on of tenements at the moment in West Africa. Yeah,
look, I think, as I said, we've got two applications, pretty significant sized applications. They're sort of grassroots exploration, but we're hoping, and the indication is that we should get those approved this year. So that'll increase our footprint significantly to sort of over 1,000 square kilometres. There's always trading going on. It's a matter of finding the right deal and finding the right grade to do the right ground to do the deal on. But the government's also, it's enforcing the law quite strongly, and it's a use it and lose it sort of scenario there. And there's a relinquishment requirement under renewal. So, the ground always turns up, and I think in the near future they'll actually go to a sort of a proper tenement, public domain tenement system too, which will help identify ground.
West Africa has been pretty exciting this year from an Australian perspective. Obviously, a company that you were formerly involved with, Perseus, has had a great run in its operations. West African Resources has had a great start to mining life, and then companies like Predictive Discovery have posted amazing gains on the ASX this year. What is the general appetite and mood in the market like for West African gold exploration?
Well, I think you just picked all my examples, but I think generally the Australian public is a bit hesitant on Africa because they don't understand, it's unfamiliar. But when the proof is there, like the development, Perseus's development and production scenario, WAF's development and production scenario, and the exploration success that people like Predictive have had, then I think they do get on board. It'll take a little bit longer to get on board, but I think for Chessa, that's where we're going. I think the maiden resource estimate later this year will underline the value of the business and show the quality of the resource that we've identified, and hopefully with the extra drilling around the place that we will show there's upside to the expansion of the resource portfolio.
And the company, as you mentioned earlier on yourself, you've vastly experienced in the West African gold scene, and of course with Mark Connolly as chairman as well. You're obviously beefed up and with plenty of connections. Have you found investors are excited by the opportunity to back a management team like Chessa's?
Look, I think they see the value, and again, I think it'd be easier once we've got a resource out there, and it's here's a resource, it's a JORC resource, and that helps. But yeah, look, we're always looking at opportunities and seeing what's out there.
Andrew, it certainly is exciting. Best of luck with the rest of the exploration campaign, and as we see those results trickle through, hopefully by the end of the year you'll have that resource estimate out and we can follow it. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at Africa Down Under later in the year.
No, I appreciate that, and thank you.